We are back here on GMA, and you're looking live at Singapore, 12 hours ahead of the East Coast. President Trump is there right now, of course, preparing for his historic meeting, the first sitting American president to meet with the North Korean leader.
And earlier this morning, President Trump met with the Prime Minister of Singapore, and George is there leading our coverage of it all. Good morning again, George.
Good morning, guys. As Robin just said, we're about 12 hours ahead of New York right here, and just about 12 hours ahead of that face-to-face meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong Un. And when the president sits down with Kim Jong Un, he is going to be face-to-face with one of the world's most mysterious and brutal dictators, ruling one of the world's most isolated countries. And few Western journalists know North Korea better than our Bob Woodruff. He's traveled there several times, and he joins us from South Korea this morning with a closer look at the Hermit Kingdom. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, George. Yes, this summit will certainly make some history, and hopefully it will begin this process of dismantling North Korea's weapons. But President Trump has given no indication yet that he will confront Kim Jong Un about human rights. In an unprecedented journey, North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un touching down in Singapore, over 3,000 miles from his reclusive homeland. His country shrouded in secrecy, his regime so brutal, Americans travel there at their own risk. 22-year-old American student Otto Warmbier was on a guided tour trip when he was accused of stealing a propaganda poster at his hotel in 2016.
I have made the worst mistake of my life.
Sentenced to 15 years hard labor, he served 18 months before being released back to the U.S. in a coma, eventually dying from unexplained injuries. But it's not just foreigners. Experts say Kim Jong Un also terrorizes his own people. The United Nations, in a 2015 report, warning the regime uses access to food as an important means to enforce political loyalty. The report also describing the horror inside its infamous prison camps, saying they are rampant with torture, rape, and executions. Over the years, we've been granted rare access inside North Korea. Their citizens taught obedience early on, school children singing songs of praise of their leader. That loyalty also visible at the traditional boot-stepping parade and its mass games. But despite the spectacle, the North is also desperately poor. Its electric grid so weak, this satellite photo shows the lights turn off at night, the country shrouded in almost total darkness. And Kim Jong Un himself, until recently, a figure of mystery. One of the only Americans to ever met him face-to-face, NBA Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman, who traveled to North Korea multiple times. The last time they hugged and talked about basketball and music.
All right, man. Good to see you.
But when I sat down with Rodman this past January, he told me they never discussed brutality and torture.
It's a country with a lot of starvation, though, too, though. Is that okay?
Well, you know, a lot of people in the world are starving. Even though they say he's a bad man, but to me, he's not a bad man. To me, I didn't see that part.
Now, Rodman said on his Instagram that he will be coming to Singapore this week. President Trump says he was not invited by him to the summit, but Rodman's agent confirmed to us that he is coming, although no one has seen him yet. George?
We'll keep an eye out for it. Okay, Bob, thanks very much. And guys, it's kind of amazing to think about. Until these last couple of meetings between Kim Jong Un and the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, probably no American knew Kim Jong Un better than Dennis Rodman.
That is something to think about. But what they discuss in the summit, especially, George, after seeing Bob's report, very good report about what life is like for most people there in North Korea, will that be a part of the topic of the summit, how he treats his own people there in his country?
You know, Robin, that's an excellent question, and I think no one knows for sure. The president's team have said they're going to bring it up. How much they'll press it yet is anyone's guess, because the top goal here is talking about that nuclear program, getting Kim Jong Un to commit to giving up that nuclear program, not only the nukes, though, but also chemical and biological weapons. Those are the top concerns. Hard to imagine that the White House and President Trump will completely ignore, though, the situation inside North Korea.
Yeah, we hope not. Okay, we'll get back to you, George, in just a little minute.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.